G'day and welcome to another update on the Safety at Work blog and what's been happening over the last couple of weeks. It's been a couple of weeks since I recorded one of these, so please forgive me. I've been pretty busy, and some of the things I'll talk about will give you an understanding about exactly why. Certainly the Safety at Work blog has been covering a wide range of issues just recently. The sexual harassment, the Me Too issues continue to grow. Some of the hints in the articles and the debate lately show that the context, the structural issues, the contributory factors of organisations and institutions and laws that have always contributed to or have impeded change on these issues have started to get some attention. Failing another new high-profile incident and concern, I think that's a productive way for the debate to go. And we need to start looking at why things happen and why things don't happen, so that we can fix them. So that's continued on for a little while. We'd written about some industrial manslaughter laws that had been discussed in context of the Tasmanian election and from the Labor Party in Tasmania. Well, they lost the election, so those laws are off the agenda for a few years down there in Tasmania. I'll just check my list. We've also got the OHS law review, or the Work Health and Safety Law Review is to give it its correct title. That's really cranked up over the last couple of weeks. The host or the lead in that review is travelling around the countryside and meeting an awful lot of people and a lot of organisations talking about their experience of work health and safety laws. And even though Victoria hasn't been privy to those laws and applied those laws, there's still a fair bit of activity that the reviewer, the independent reviewer, Mari Boland, is doing here in Victoria. So it'll be interesting, very interesting to watch how that goes. Now, there's also a couple of interesting new books that I'll quickly mention. Well, one's not so new. It's called Why Not Jail by Raina Steinzer. It's an analysis of corporate problems and corporate prosecutions in the United States predominantly, and of course asks the question, why not jail? Why didn't these executives get jail time? And so that's fascinating. I'm looking at that in terms of, again, the industrial manslaughter moves in Australia, particularly given that Victoria's got an election coming up at the end of the year. One other new book that's really interesting is called The Business of Sleep. I'll get her name right, Vicky Culpin. Now, this book was released internationally just this week, and it's a really good look at how sleep affects productivity, mental health, but also some of the ways that the business has sort of looked after sleep or ignored sleep or just discounted sleep as a valid consideration in their business operations, in their business structures. I mean, it's critical in health and safety because of impairment, fatigue, and a whole range of things. And to be honest, OHS has not changed this issue of fatigue or just done much on the issue of controlling fatigue for a long time. And this book, I think, can help that debate. Not meant to be released in Australia for another couple of months, but hell, if the publishers haven't heard of internet book sites, I'm very surprised. I mentioned before that I've been very busy over the last couple of weeks. Last week I spoke at the Central Safety Group about the new International Occupational Health and Safety Management Standard, ISO 45001. That was published sometime mid-March. I still haven't got my final official copy, but I'll be working on that and having a look at it. The debate has started to settle down to a little bit, or the marketing blurbs have started to become a little bit more sensible now that the document's out. A lot of the attention grabbing from the drafts has finished, so we're getting some sense into the marketing and the seminars of that at the moment. That's really quite good. I also spoke at a young safety professional network meeting where I revealed to them probably 30 sources of information on occupational health and safety, both physical, online, libraries and elsewhere, that I use to write the Safety at Work blog and also to maintain my professional development, particularly given that I'm not currently at any university or doing any tertiary courses. And of course, late last week, I was up in Newcastle speaking at the New South Wales Regional Safety Conference and Expo about business bullshit and its relationship to workplace health and safety. So the presentation seemed to have been received very well. There'll be an article about it soon on the Safety at Work blog. And as there will be for some of the other speakers, it was a very good conference, and it's given me a lot to think about, and as conferences should. So anyway, so that's a quick wrap up of what's been happening on the Safety at Work blog and myself over the last week or two. I'll try to do this again next week. More low tech this week than in previously, as PCs tend to not like me. So let's leave it at that, and hopefully you have enjoyed this quick update on the Safety at Work blog and my activities. And please come and visit www.safetyatworkblog.com. Pretty much the only source of independent news, reviews and commentary on OHS and work health and safety in Australia. So I hope you can come along, subscribe, read the articles, and please lodge a comment if you can and tell me whether I'm making sense. Thanks very much.